Welcome back to Over 50 Chiefs fans. Today, the Kansas City Chiefs host the Denver Broncos at GEHA Field in Arrowhead. And just pulling up some stats for you. It's early in the morning. I haven't had my coffee yet, but I've got to get this video in, and I have to do it outside because I have a house full of grandkids that are going to start running around and screaming and yelling. So since I don't have a studio, this is the best I've got. So I hope this works for you. You can see ESPN has the Chiefs predicted as a 68% chance of winning the game. I think that's well within the, that's what I would expect. Anything less than that would concern me. I'm not saying that Denver's a pushover. Denver is playing a lot better than I thought they would. I thought that they would be cellar dwellers all year long, and that they might, have maybe 4 wins at best by this part of the season, but they are 6-5. And if I do my math correctly, if they were to win this game, they would have first place in the AFC, and we would possibly drop to, I think, potentially third, depending on how the other games fall. But just to get this video out to you quickly, I looked at lineups.com and some offensive stats here. The Chiefs have total offense, they're number 2, which bodes well for them. And then the Denver Broncos, if you look down here, scroll, the Denver Broncos, I just saw them. I want to see how far from the bottom they are. The Denver Broncos are right here. Here are the Broncos stats. Can't get it to highlight. No, copy this morning. It's not going to work. But here's the Denver Broncos: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 from the bottom. So they're in the bottom tier of the offenses in the NFL. Of course, Denver, as we know, they're more of a rushing team. Teddy Bridgewater is more of a completion type quarterback. That's what I call him. He will, like a new age version of Trent Dilfer, he'll manage the game for you. He can make a few throws. He's got better wheels, obviously, than Trent Dilfer, but I think the Denver Broncos need to and want to probably run the ball. They do have some players on the outside in Cortland Sutton that could, that could cause some issues possibly for our secondary. You got Jerry Jeudy. You can't just forget about him. He's got good speed. And Noah Fant, if he can hold on to the football, he can be difficult from the tight end perspective. But from this, I would think Kansas City would definitely have the edge, obviously, from a rushing or an offensive perspective. And something that I saw earlier was, if you look here at the Chiefs, they're rushing 270 attempts for 1,231 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, and 8 touchdowns. But when you compare that to the Broncos, way too far. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, should have had my coffee, but 280 attempts, 1,262 yards, 4.5 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. So that suggests to me that the rushing is kind of similar. I mean, both teams, I think, are as far as rushing goes, are equal. So obviously, passing is where the difference is, and Patrick Mahomes is much better of a quarterback than Teddy Bridgewater ever was or ever probably could imagine to be. All right, looking at the defensive lineups, and if you look, obviously, this is total defense, and obviously the Jets are not the best defense in the league. But down here at the bottom, the Broncos are the 3rd best defense, and they are actually the 3rd best scoring defense in the NFL. But what I thought was interesting was, here's Denver, but just slide up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At number 10, total defense. This is per lineups.com. So, I guess take that for what you want. The Kansas City Chiefs have a top 10 defense. So, and the defense has been playing well late. Charvarius Ward is playing like the player he was 2 years ago. Rashad Fenton has been playing well. Not sure if he's going to go today. He wasn't practicing much during the week, so we'll have to see if he's able to play. Hopefully the bye week bought him some time. I guess I could try to see if I could find out the latest information on that and get that back to you in the comment section. But just some other general stats for the game before I have to cut this off. But Denver is 3-19 all time at Arrowhead in the month of December, which goes back to all the John Elway era and all the years that he was there. They have never beaten Mahomes. Kelsey is shy of 1,000 yards receiving against Denver since 2016. So that's a lot of production right there. So I think that bodes good for the Chiefs. A fun fact, Denver is 6-0 when leading in the fourth quarter and 0-5 when they are trailing in the fourth quarter. So I guess I'll be interested. It'd be interesting to see if the Chiefs have a lead in the fourth quarter, then if statistics and numbers, if you can count on them, those would go into our favor. Just a couple other little things. Denver hasn't beaten Kansas City since 2015. So that's 11 straight losses. So I'd like to see if the Chiefs can make that 12. And the Broncos, they're basically in their element when their plays are working. You know, Teddy Bridgewater, he likes to complete passes. He's where he's more wants to make sure he doesn't. I guess he's a game manager is what I'm trying to say. So the Broncos have a lot of timing plays. So this game is going to come down to, I think, Chris Jones and Tyrann Mathieu. Can Tyrann Mathieu mess with Teddy Bridgewater's head on the reads and with what he's doing and managing a secondary? And can Chris Jones wreak havoc on the Chiefs, or wreak havoc for the Chiefs on the Denver offensive line? And I'm going to try to check the injury report real quick here. And because like I said, I did not do that. Let's see how fast my internet is. Did not do that before I pulled this up. I have to take my son to work here in a few minutes, and I'm not going to have any other time to do this. Okay, so Rashad Fenton, he is out. So no Fenton in the secondary. Lucas Niang is out. Michael Burton, as you can see, is good. Clyde is questionable. But what I remember seeing with the Broncos is they had a lot of offensive linemen on the injury report. Melvin Gordon, the third, he is out. Dalton Reisner, a guard, he's questionable. Shelby Harris is questionable, defensive end. Ronald Darby is going to play. Quinn Miners, I think that is. I think he's the rookie out of. He was that rookie that was getting a lot of play from one of those Division III schools or something like that. He's questionable. Looking at this, Bobby Massey is questionable. So there's three offensive linemen that are questionable for the Broncos, and then Garrett Bowles is also questionable. So there's a lot of questionable people on the offensive line, and I think that could possibly bode well for Chris Jones and the Kansas City defensive pass rush. Trying to see if I can pull up the Broncos website here and get their see if I can find their. Oh, that's not what I wanted to pull up. Should have done this ahead of time. Yes, I know. It's not at all what I wanted to do. Trying to find the depth chart for the Broncos. I guess I could have just I hate using ESPN, but I'm going to just have to default to it because if it'll load, I can obviously find the Broncos depth chart much quicker than, and right there we have it. So let's see. Trying to remember those names that I saw. So let's see. Offensive line starters. So Miners, he's a starter. He is questionable. Bobby Massey, he's questionable. Oh, they got them all listed right here with Q's next to him. So there's 4 of the 5 offensive linemen questionable for the Chiefs or for the Broncos. So that bodes well for the Chiefs pass rush to get after Teddy Bridgewater, make him uncomfortable, make those timing plays not work. So I think the Chiefs can win this. I'm not thrilled with the whole, 9.5, 10 point margin there. I think this is more of like I don't know. I think it's more of a 31-24 game. I could see something like that. So anyhow, that's what I got for you guys. I know this wasn't the greatest recording. I've had better ones, but I will try to be better prepared next time. And actually, maybe I should have had a sip of this or maybe a cup of it before I started. But best to you and all of you guys out there during this holiday season. Stay safe, enjoy the game. Remember, it has been flexed to a Sunday night game. And until next time, hopefully we have some really good news and we are sitting 8-4, still atop the AFC West. Take care.